We're going dog sledding. Let's go.
Yeah, they were ready.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria. I'm 30 years old. I am an East Coast transplant living in Colorado, and I believe in living life non-linearly and breaking the rules that society puts in place for us as both young women, working women, and young married couples. So I'm here to share all of the adventures I have in Colorado, working a 9-to-5 remote job while also building up my bucket list of experiences so that one day I have stories to tell my children. But I wanted to give some context because I think I've been talking about dog sledding, at least on my TikTok, for a while, because I booked this back in November as an experiential Christmas gift for my husband. We decided this year that it was a year of packing in all the experiences that we've always wanted to do, just because I am 30 and we're a little bit warming up to the idea of kids and thinking about kids in the next few years. This was a gift for him. But before I get into all of that, if you're new here, please subscribe and give this channel some love. I'm a new content creator. That is really all I have to say for now, but I will roll the clips. Back to dog sledding. So the day has finally arrived. We are getting ready to head out. It is 6:55. We're getting ready to pack up the car and head to Jackson Hole, Wyoming to dog sled. We were going to take you along for the whole thing, or as much of it as we possibly can. There's also a hot springs in the mix, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, let's get packing. Add the backpack. Let's see if it fits over here. Got my tech in there. Some other personal items. This is our ski bag. Well, ski gear, because we are supposed to dress in ski gear. And then our personal bags. Zeke's crate is under there because he's coming. He's excited to come. Look at him. He's ready. Up. Not yet. Not yet, but almost. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Zeke, how's it going? Oh, you got camera shy. How's it going so far for you? We just stopped in... Where are we? We're in Wyoming somewhere. It's pretty deserty out here. And there weren't a lot of options.
Rock Springs or something.
What springs?
Rock Springs?
Rock Springs. If you are from Wyoming, we don't know. But we're out of Love's, and this was the only thing we could really stop at. And if we didn't stop here, it would have been an hour and 15. And we needed lunch. So we're having Subway. I have a wrap with turkey, provolone, lettuce, tomato, onions. Really basic because Subway kind of gives me the ick. I'm not going to lie. Not for you, though. You love Subway. What did you get?
I don't know. Some sort of honey barbecue chicken thing.
Oh, you've never had it before?
Mm-mm.
Zeke's also been good. We were just talking about this. He's been pretty patient, right? Pretty patient. I'd like to be able to let him out, but we're going right to a dog park, so he'll be okay, right? Or do we want to let him out here? She doesn't have a coat. She should at least have a coat. If she's not going to have pants on. I don't know. That's crazy. We'll see you at the dog park. Hopefully.
Made it to Wyoming.
Woohoo! We made it to Wyoming. Zeke. Got it. Okay, we just got to our cabin. Here, I'll give you a little tour. Let's go from the outside in. Little picnic table. And then this is our own building. This whole thing. There we go. Our own building. Come on in. And then we have, it's pretty messy. Which are Zeke? We have a bed. Pretty messy. 2 little lanterns above. A dresser. The ceilings are so cute. This is all just one cute little cabin. But I feel like mirror here, mirror here. And then you come in the bathroom. And it's small, but it's nice. And then this is, how do we get in here? Oh, it's icy. It's not even, doesn't even close. Rain shower for after the cold day we're gonna have tomorrow. Pretty nice. Here we go. So super cute. And then back to the front door. Tiny little TV there. Oh, I didn't show you the little kitchenette. Cabinet, microwave. Really good. Really decent price. Kind of pricey. But like for a national park town, pretty good. Now we are off to dinner. But yeah, my outfit is just Levi's from the other day. My New Balance. This is an airy sweater over top a thin long sleeve. Let's go eat. Good morning. It's dog sledding day. We just got back from walking Zeke in an open space in the dark. Very tired, but we're ready to do this. Excited for the sun to come up so we can see some stuff. And we're going to go get breakfast. And then we're getting picked up.
Could have gotten Zeke some more exercise, but...
Okay, I told you I'd show you how I layer, and yet I'm already layered up. So I have my Patagonia under this ski bib. Under this, I have just a ski shirt from Old Navy and then an Under Armour base layer. And then on the bottom, I have wool base layer tights. And then I have a pair of hiking joggers. So like at least two pairs on both top and bottom. A hat, and then gaiter. My ski jacket. This is not a fashion statement, okay? Just so you know. Something's bugging me in there. Oh, God. What is it? I can't tell. Oh. This unzips a little at the bottom to give my hips room. Comes all the way up. I'm hoping this should be good. Ouch, watch your hair. Hoping this is it. And then I have gloves and hand warmers. And we're good to go. I don't know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, she dropped her hat. Look at that ear. Oh, I love funny looking. I love funny looking. Get in. Here we go. Yeah, they were ready.
Lots of years of training.
Here we go. Let us fall, Luke. There we go. this experience was seriously one for the books. It was one of the best days of my life besides maybe my own wedding. And that's just because it is such a unique experience to see these working dogs do this. It takes highly trained dogs. They're running a very interesting operation. It did feel like a very mom and pop experience. So I will definitely leave all the information in the description box below. They book really quickly. It's about 20 people they can take per day. So what happens is you sign up through this website and you do have to call the gentleman who runs it and kind of talk through like, this is what I want to do. I want to do a full day. I'm willing to commit to this. It's a hefty down payment. Hi, Zeke. And then you are pretty much committed unless there is a terrible weather catastrophe. You don't really get your money back, so you definitely have to commit. But it is a top-notch mom and pop experience from the beginning of the day to literally the very last minute. They pick you up at 8:30 wherever you're staying in a van, and they bring you out into the mountains to where their kennel is with all of their trained dogs. The gentleman who runs this, his name is Frank. He's an ex-Iditarod dog sled racer, and dog sledding is becoming a little bit more popular now, but it wasn't as popular 25 years ago when he started this business. And really he wanted to take his racing and make it into a tourism business so that everyone in the area could experience what the dog sledding, industry is all about. He took us into a feeding room at first so we could hear from his right-hand man about how the dogs are fed, a little bit about their yearlings and how they take puppies and breed them appropriately so they have the right coats for the cold and so that they have the right training starting at literally birth. And they train them to get ready to be able to pull a sleigh, and they love it. I just don't want to get everyone confused here. These are working dogs, so it is their love. And there's always trade-offs with dogs, right? Like when you have domesticated dogs, we often feel sorry that they don't have more of a backyard or more outdoor time. With working dogs, you might be a little bit startled just that they're on chains and have specific houses. They get a lot of time to exercise, and they're treated very well by the gentleman who runs this business. I think it's just sometimes as parents of domesticated dogs, we spoil them and we forget that there is a whole other side to dog ownership that is working dogs. In fact, my husband has a family that owns a farm, and they always have had an outdoor dog. These dogs are trained to do this. They love to do it. It was actually pretty obvious they love to do it. One of the lead dogs, every time we stopped to give the dogs a break after an uphill, she would whine and bark and complain that we weren't moving. So it was really funny. So back to the itinerary for the day. We got told what the day would look like, how to basically help with braking on the sled. There was what was it called? Drag mat. There was this drag mat that we would have to put our foot on when we were going down a hill so that everything would stay nice and taut, and then it would just help the dogs, give them the right guidance for how fast to go down a hill. And then we also got instructions on steering, where to sit and stand. There was 2 couples per sled team, and there was 2 sleds per line. So my husband and I, we switched. I was in the sleigh on the way out, and then the way back I stood in the back. It was an amazing experience. It was 10 miles out, going about 7 to 9 miles an hour. So nice and easygoing pace. And if your question is, weren't you freezing? The answer is no, because we were really prepared to be wearing lots of layers. And so we wore our base layers and everything we'd wear to normally ski. So it felt a lot akin to skiing to me. And we were not going on like a snowmobile. So as far as wind, there was not much. So we were really lucky to not have a -degree day out in Wyoming. That happens often during the winter. We were fine as far as not being cold. Once we completed the 10 miles out, we actually got dropped off at this place called the Granite Hot Springs, and it was incredible. It's obviously a natural hot springs, but they kind of made it into a glorified swimming pool, and that was the best midway point in the day, because at that point we were starting to really get a little chilly. While we were swimming in the hot springs, the crew, all the mushers and the guides who brought us out there, they were actually warming up some homemade chili, literally made by the owner's wife. She is the sweetest person for making this chili for all of the folks who come on these tours. And it was just like this elite camping type experience. There was like crackers and desserts and chili and cornbread, homemade muffins, all these things. So that was really incredible. We learned a little bit also about each individual dog and like what their strengths were, what leading the line means versus being in the back, how they train them to pull, and just a little bit of personality about all of them. One thing I was really surprised by was how friendly they all were, considering that there was a lot of conversation about their reactivity, who could be next to who, because this one is more female aggressive and this one's more male aggressive and this one has to be on its own because it fights with all the dogs. And there was a lot of reactive dogs, surprisingly, but they were all just dog reactive. They were not people reactive. So it was so funny because they were all just looking for love and so excited to be chosen that day to go out on the sled. For more context, each guide or musher has their own yard. So our guide, Cameron, who was incredible, had 18 dogs, and he can cherry pick from those dogs every day for each tour, and he knows which dogs will be tired or sore from the day before. He knows which dogs he'll need to pull about the amount of weight he can see he's bringing. And that is one of the cool things about this, is that those guides, this is their daily job. They work 6 days a week doing these tours, and it's a full day, and they really get to know you, and they talk to you so much on the tour, and they really get to know the dogs. And it was funny, our guide was like, these are my coworkers, so I know them all and we all get along, and some of them even come back to his apartment at night and sleep with him. So that was just so funny. The other thing that I want to mention is where we stayed. So Jackson Hole is known to be an expensive ski town, like many ski towns. And so I think this was where we lucked out. We stayed at kind of a middle ground between like a motel and like a really nice inn. So our hotel was about $180 a night. So yeah, on the pricier side, but not terrible. It was called the Cowboy Village Resort, and I would highly recommend it. It was individual tiny home cabins, and it's basically just one room, a nice bathroom, and a tiny kitchenette. It's exactly what we needed. I would highly recommend it if you're going for just a couple days to like ski, or you're going to be outside and not in the room a ton. And it was literally less than a mile from everything, all the downtown, the bars, the cute restaurants. It was perfect, and it was also in a small little neighborhood of other tiny homes, so very dog friendly, lots of room to like bring your dog out on a walk to pee. At any rate, would highly recommend that. I will leave the link to Cowboy Village Resort. If you're planning a visit to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, I would highly recommend that is where you stay. We had such a great vacation. It was super short, but it was the perfect experience gift for my husband and for me for Christmas. Such a memorable experience that we will be talking about for years to come, and definitely telling our children about. I cannot speak more highly about this particular company. I will put all the information on them down in the comments, and I'm really looking forward to creating more content or sharing more content like this. We do a lot of things like this, little one-day trips and weekend trips to new places. We're all about experiencing different cultures, everything that life has to offer. We are people who like to gather as many unique experiences as possible, and that's what this channel is all about. So if you enjoyed this vlog, please leave a comment, like, subscribe. I'm a new creator, so I could use all the help I can get. And on that note, I will see you in the next vlog. Bye, guys.